I can't help it, but I gotta play this.
Ding, 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 there he sits inside your local coffee shop, sporting a main burning facial hair. Somehow he believes, although he has no job, that by his 30s he will be a millionaire. M-I-L-L-E-N, M-I-A. Gotta love millennials. M-I-L-L-E-N, M-I-A. Gotta love millennials. She posts lots of selfies on her Instagram with the quote that's inspirational. Hopes to change the world while wearing yoga pants, armed with her dreams and knowledge of essential oils.
This is hilarious.
M-I-L-L-E-N, M-I-A. Gotta love millennials. M-I-L-L-E-N, M-I-A. Gotta love millennials. 27 years old, trying to make it on their own. Maybe stop by leaving your parents home. Maybe we're just wrong. Criticism isn't easy for their ears. They feel like they know most everything.
Yeah, that's right.
See, they grew up with undeserving confidence, cause they got trophies just for participating. M-I-L-L-E-N, M-I-L. Gotta love millennials. M-I-L-L-E-N, M-I-A. Gotta love millennials. In a couple of years, we will have to pass the torch. In a couple of years, they will be in charge, and one will be our president. M-I-L-L-E-N-N-I-A. Gotta love millennials. M-I-L-L-E-N-N-I-A. Please pray for me.
That's awesome.
All right, I want to play the A because it's funny, but B, they are that in jest, not to insult any millennials that might be floating around here. Actually, we got a safe room, I think. They are. That's the next group of buyers. That's the next group pulling up. Some of those little things that they said about them are very true, right? But things they didn't mention about millennials is they grew up with 9/11. They grew up with the great financial crisis of 2008. They grew up with a lot of different things than our generation or your generation. They're trying to defy the odds to move on in this life. If that's going to be one of your target demographics, know them. Know them inside and out. Send them a funny video like that. I don't know. Back to defying the odds. You need to have fun. You need to enjoy what you're doing. You need to see the challenge, and you need to face the challenge, and you need to make it fun. You need to do it in a way that you enjoy yourselves. We talk about making your life seamless, because work as a real estate agent, broker is, 24-hour day job. So you better be doing things you like, marketing the way you like, having things you like in your life, and crafting that balanced. This a broker put this together. It's top 10 challenges realtors have struggled with since forever. These are some areas where you really got to take a look at in your own business plan, right? It's the end almost of the first half, the beginning of the second half. You have a second chance for a second half to get your plan together. This guy trying to get a potential huge deal with these West Texas investors didn't know his numbers. How can you run a business and not know your numbers? How do you not know what you're doing financially? What's your projections? You can't do it. And I just hope that you guys have a financial plan, have a business plan, have something in order that's going to help you. In no particular order, lack of professional sales skills are in denial, ego. People can't sell effectively. Do you read stuff like Zig Ziglar's sales books? Do you look at things? Do you go to sales trainings? What do you do? What do you do to help you learn how to sell? You know, we talk about relationships, but what are you doing to help yourself there? They do not have a listing or buyer presentation that they can practice and make perfect. They wing it. Even at high levels of production, people are winging it. That's something you can do. Just go, I mean, even the MLS has a great, listing presentation that can help you put those tools together. And I've gone over it before, and I will again. They talk their way out of a listing or a sale. Going into something, and we see it all the time. Oh, there's this going on. Oh, they want too much money for it. Oh, it's in a bad neighborhood. Oh, it's all 1 bedroom, 1 bath. Oh, it's this. You talk yourself out of the sale instead of going. Do you think the top producing agent in the United States, when he takes a list, goes, oh, that's not going to happen. No, he figures out, oh, this is a challenge. How am I going to make it work? How am I going to make this happen? I remember I had a listing right next to a schoolyard. Everybody's like, oh, it's never going to sell. It's right next to a school. I'm like, what a great place for a family to have their kid. What's the positive side? Don't talk yourself. Oh, it's in Glendale. You know what? You got nothing going on? Drive to freaking Glendale. Figure it out. Shy or intimidated and in denial. You can't be shy. Ego gets in the way. You're too good for this, you're too good for that. Ask someone you know to be honest and tell you. Ask your friends, say, hey, how do I come across? Can we have a little heart-to-heart here? I need some help. Inconsistent in building their business and suffer from the ups and downs. Again, that goes back to business plans, having a plan. You know, the agents that we have and brokers that we have in here, some in this room, have methodical plans that they work every day. Yeah, sometimes you get off track, but sometimes you sparks more ideas and it gets better and better and better. If you're not doing it, you can't improve. Independent contractor mentality, which of course means you or I can't tell them what to do without hurting their feelings or offending them. You need to be open to criticism. You need to be open to hearing what you need to do to change, to improve your skills. The money, ups and downs, because the money ups and downs cause stress and distraction in their business. I talked about budgeting. I talk about investing a lot. You get a check for $20,000, $30,000. Don't blow it that month. I knew before I had my check that I did my most recent commission check. And I shared it with you guys. I had a very specific plan as to how that money was going to be allocated. Some away for taxes, some investing in the market. My new pair of shoes.
All right.
Something for me, right?
Yeah.
Actually, I got a new case. Money, to do stuff with my daughter, like the self-defense class, things like that, right? That way the money lasts. And then I don't have to stress out, right? I wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep and now we're stressed out because we got no money, right? In the theme of them, like terrible leads and overpriced listings, biggest distraction keep you from the next listing are your current leads and listings. Take the listing and move on to the next. Let the team take over. Oh, you don't have a team? That's a whole nother coaching session. People work in teams, and look, I love the independent contractor being alone. I never, only brief spells in my life ever worked for anybody. And I love that. It's just my personality. I don't mind not having a paycheck ever. That's fine for me. Because I had a budget and had a plan. I've always been on my own. So at a very, very young age. I went to boarding school at 11 years old. I was out of the house at 15. So I knew I had to figure out how to survive at a young age. Now I work with the team. Sherry, they could never do it without each other. Sherry needs me, I need Sherry, we need Dave. Possible way we can have this company the way it is without each other. Yeah, we got to share all that big profit. We take 7%. We're not really making a lot of money, but that's okay. We're having a good time.
2%.
Right, 2%. Yeah, sometimes 2%. A lot of times 2%, for gosh sakes. And I'm not talking about, last but not least, no business, and this goes right into what I was saying. Sometimes I telegraph this stuff. No business management experience. Since most agents come from a job-only situation, they come into real estate treating it like a business with no experience, or they treat it like a job with no accountability. Would you fire you? I've fired myself before. I've actually looked in the mirror and fired myself. I made a big mistake. I felt horrible about it. I became accountable for it. I fired myself, and I moved on. Facing those things, being accountable, being honest with yourself, your limitations, your mistakes, your inferences, your implied innuendo, your lack of being direct, whatever it may be, face it, look at it, fire it, and move on. Or would you give yourself a promotion? Honestly, right? I love that at that graduation. I think if you listen to my video a couple weeks ago, I said, if the world was filled with only people just like you, would it be a better place? I felt like that made me realize there's a couple things that I need to work on. Yeah, I mean, I honestly think it would be better because there's a lot of evil. But then you think about scientists and people making breakthroughs and advancements, and where do you fit in on that? But I think just think about it more on a character basis.